maybe I was wrong. Okay? I do feel like maybe I came upon this with the wrong intentions. Let me just land here real quick. Yeah. The reason I'm saying maybe I was wrong is because when I launched the game, I basically thought, wait, let me just do this. Yeah, when I launched the game, I basically thought the game would be the way it usually is, you know? When you log into the game, there's a lot to do. Usually, like, for the anniversaries and all this type of stuff, you have so much to do, you know? And, dude, I was kind of shook, actually kind of worried when I launched up Wuthering Waves after updating it, because I remember I literally updated the game as soon as the update was available. So as soon as Wuthering Waves devs released the update for all of us to download, that's when I launched the game immediately. And I was expecting for the game to have a ton, dude. I was expecting for so many things that we're gonna be able to do and play. And there was no events. There was literally no events. I don't know if there is now, cause I got a notification from Wuthering Waves saying that they added a new combat event. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but Wuthering Waves hasn't given us a combat event in a very, very long time. But I think this might change how the game is gonna go in the direction of this 2.7. So when I launched the game, like as soon as I woke up, I launched the game and I went to the events. And the first thing I thought was, okay, so this is the QOL they were talking about. So permanent events and recurring events and featured events. So they kind of like boxed everything properly, you know? Permanent events, it's events that will never leave, you know? You can come back, do them whenever. So that's understandable. They separated that to be alone. And then when you get into the recurring tab, you find all the end games, you know? All the end games are just gonna be here. Whenever something new like Tower of Adversity, it's just gonna be tossed in here. So I kind of liked the design. I was like, okay, they did something, you know? And then I went to the featured tab and I'm just like, and this was yesterday, I was just like, bro, what the fuck is happening? Like, Kuro, is this a joke? Now, I'm not gonna say anything bad. Don't worry, I'm not about to say anything bad. I'm just concerned because the only thing that you could do yesterday and seems like also today is literally claim, get one single pool, and then after that test out the characters that are new. Okay, and obviously a rerunning character. So to me, this kind of feels very bad. This is a very bad way to start off a patch. And the reason I'm gonna say this is because they're kind of forcing us to pull for Galbrena. Now, if you're like me, and you've already played Galbrena, and tested Galbrena out, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed because the game was busy telling us that the game was telling us the game was advertising Galbrena as someone who can fight a literal sentinel. A literal sentinel. So when I viewed Galbrena, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, when I viewed Galbrena within like the previous trailers and the previous times that she'd sneak up and show up, you know, she's supposed to be almost at the same level as Cartathia. And from what I saw when I was playing Galbrena, now don't get me wrong, let's try it out. I'll show you. So when you're playing Galbrena, one thing I can say is that obviously she's still a new character. New characters are very nice to play. They're very fresh. They have that thing that most old characters don't have, you know. They got that movement, they got that, you know, it's just beautiful. To look at the design, the fluidity. I don't even know if that's a term. But dude, it just feels so, look at this. Bro, it just feels so nice. It's so nice to play her. But when you look at the numbers, I want you to pay special attention to the numbers that she's dishing out. And I want you to compare these numbers that you're seeing. Compare these exact numbers that she's dealing. And that was her burst, by the way. I want you to know that. So compare all these numbers that Galbrena is dealing compared to someone like Cartathia, you know? Cartathia's team compared to Galbrena's team. Cartathia's premium team, as a matter of fact, is way much better than Galbrena's F2P team. It's so much better. Literally, Katethia's F2P team can do so much damage. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's because we could say it's a possibility, a very huge possibility. But I personally feel like Galbrena is not stronger than Changli. Currently, from what I'm seeing within this character trial, she's not stronger than Changli. It's impossible. It's impossible. Sorry, I'm not listening to the enemies or fighting them. But yeah, I was kind of disappointed with the character. And now I don't know if the devs really hate the character that much, cause you and I both saw the trailer. We both saw the trailer. You and I saw the trailer. In the trailer, Galbrena was being tossed around. She was being tossed around by that one echo left and right. She was being tossed around like it's nothing, dude. So to me, this kind of simplifies that. I can kind of break it down to the point that literally the devs don't like this character that much. Because first of all, you hype this character to be almost at the same level as a Sentinel. You hype up this character to be almost as strong as the Sentinel. And then when you come to giving us the character, when we get the character, she barely reaches 200k when she has to do bursts and all that stuff, which Changli does easily. Trust me, she does that so much easily. So I really feel bad about the Galbrena situation, I'm not gonna lie. And one thing I can say is I'm not spreading any hate. I know I lost my 50-50. I literally entered, did a 10 pool. I didn't know. Actually, I was 0 PT. I did a 10 pool, and she came in, she was supposed to come home within those first 10 pools. And I lost my 50-50 to Jianshin, which I'm not pissed about, because that means that within the next few pools, I can get Galbrena, or I can just skip Galbrena and go for Chisa, which is currently where I'm at right now. The game kind of makes me feel like Galbrena is not a worth it unit to pull for. Now, I'm not saying she's not worth it, because obviously, where she currently is right now, none of the characters who are out yet can actually buff her. She doesn't have her premium team. Her premium character is Chi1, who is coming in the next patch, if I'm correct. Not the next patch. She's coming in second phase. Yes. Her premium character is coming in the second phase, and obviously she's underperforming, to me at least. I know to many people she might not be underperforming, but to me she's underperforming. Now, if I were to get Galbrena, I'd be cooked, because I don't have Lupa, and I don't have Brent. And I'm possibly, there's a very high possibility I'm not going to pull for Chi1. There's a very, very high possibility. So the Galbrena issue is very, very bad. I'm not going to lie. She is a very wonderful character. Like I told you, the design is extremely peak. The fighting, the movement sets. She's just too fluid, dude. And guns. Dude, we've been wishing for a gun character ever since Carlotta. And we finally got her. And, you know, they kind of nailed her down with what they're doing. I don't know, man. I haven't played the story yet. Probably the story is beautiful. But with where Galbrena currently is, I'm kind of dissatisfied. You know, I'm not that happy. I have to be honest. So the main reason I decided to speak about this is because I was against so many people saying this might be a mid-patch. But I come to the realization that I might have been wrong and did not do my research very well. I see now that the start of the patch is not very good. It's 100% not good. There is supposed to be at least 4 or 5 events when we start the game. Literally, as a patch releases, there's supposed to be at least 4 or 5 events that we can play. And the character is underwhelmingly underperforming, you know? It's very bad. She's overwhelmingly underperforming, yes. Now I said it right. So, dude, yeah, I feel like those are the things that I wanted to touch upon. I don't know, man. People can have different opinions on this. People can have very different opinions on this. But when I first played her, I was just like, dude, what the fuck? I mean, sure, don't get me wrong, guys. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I wouldn't want to lose my 50-50 to her. She's extremely easy to play. She's very simple. We all understand her. Like, you just smash buttons until the bar is full and you just go on field, you know? But look at the damage she's doing. She barely reaches 50k in her trial. In her trial, she barely reaches 50k. So, if that's a thing, then why even pull for a character that's like that? I mean, she's supposed to be a main damage dealer, right? I don't know. I don't know. It depends, man. I don't want to have to spend and do all this crazy stuff just to get a very good character, you know? And I feel like I'm not just speaking for myself right now. I'm speaking for every person, F2P and non-F2P. No one wants to spend so much money on characters. We really don't want to. We really do enjoy the simplicity of having a character become extremely strong without much investment, without having to spend or open your wallet, you know, to the company. So, dude, I'm really, I don't know. I don't know. It's bad. But that's not a bad way to end the video. Okay, nah, this is a bad way to end the video. But I guess I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Dude, it's terrible, man. Fuck, Galbrena, why would you do this? Why? Like, whose showcase was it, bro? Whose showcase was it? Cause it definitely was not Galbrena's showcase. It wasn't Galbrena's showcase. I can promise you that. It's not Galbrena's showcase. What we saw in that trailer was literally Galbrena being tossed left and right like a toy. It's bad, man. It's very bad.
Stay behind me.
It kinda makes me scared of what Chisa is gonna be like, cause we have no background on Chisa, we have nothing on Chisa. We don't know what kind of a unit she's gonna be like, and I feel like they might even do Chisa bad, you know. They might also do Chisa wrong, bruh. Galbrena basically got the what do you call that girl from Genshin Impact? The black girl, the tanned black girl. I forgot her name, dude. It's bad. Dahlia? No, it's not Dahlia. It's terrible. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see. They need to make up for this. I think the character needs a rework. I genuinely think the character needs a rework. Cause I doubt she's stronger than Iuno, and Iuno is supposed to be like a sub DPS type of character. Galbrena is a DPS, bro, a main DPS. I don't know, man. Perhaps I haven't played the game enough to determine that, but that's just what I think. I don't know, man. It's terrible. The state that the game is in is very bad. It's making me think about life. You know, perhaps we don't really need new units after all. Like, we genuinely have to see it from that perspective. Perhaps we really don't need any more units. Maybe having a main is not a bad thing.
The blade most worn is often the sharpest.
Maybe having a main is not a bad thing, dude.